specific people that we've met along the way that have made an impact in our lives. We wanted to wait until, you don't want to pass 1K and then
have people unsubscribe.
And then make a video and then people unsubscribe and then you're back down under 1K. Yeah. So you want to get to that safe point where you feel like, all right, well now we're definitely in 1K.
Yeah, unless we get canceled, which I don't see happening.
Yeah. Coming up on the 1 year anniversary of Fans of Something.
That's nuts.
January 1st, 2022 is when we uploaded our first video. Mm-hmm. And obviously we did that on purpose because that's just
easier.
The easiest way to remember. Mm-hmm. The beginning of a new year, the beginning of a new year doing YouTube. Yeah. So, insane to think.
Crazy.
Right?
I mean, like, the way that time passes. I mean, it's like crazy that it's been a whole year. Like, that's a long time. But in the same breath, it's like, I feel like we've been doing this for way longer. Yeah. Just because of all the people like y'all that got us through our first year of being fans of something.
Yeah, it's wild to think about just, all the places we've gone, made videos about, all the live streams we've done.
The people we've met.
The people we've met, which we'll get into in just a second. How we started out doing stuff, and then as the channel evolves, as you start to find your identity, you start moving in a different direction, and obviously mainly talking about how there was a time where we would do our only live streams were dedicated to Funko pop drops and stuff like that. And, it would be cool to get back into it, especially because in a live stream recently, someone commented. No, it was like it was like someone that we haven't really interacted with too much, but they were like, when are you going to go back to making, those things? So, when you have somebody watching that, is interested in stuff you've done before, it's sort of like, oh, okay, so I guess that did something for someone.
I can't believe we're already at the point where it's like, I miss the old fans of something.
Yeah. So maybe we'll bring that back every now and then. But, we've gone in a different direction, and, and that's just the way most channels, I feel like, work. You start out as one thing, you evolve, you grow, you learn, all that stuff. So
it's been fun.
Want to say thank you if you have subscribed recently, if you have been a 1 year subscriber, if you've been with the channel even longer, back before it was Fans of Something, if you were here when it was Bigger Boat Movies, if I don't know, however long you've been a subscriber, if you're subscribed, thank you.
Thank you.
If you've been watching the videos, binging them, whatever the heck you do with the videos, share them, tell someone about them, tag us on Instagram, do whatever the heck you do with those things. It really is sort of like mind-blowing.
Yeah. To see that people care about just the little thing that you're doing. Like, this isn't like our job or anything. It's just a passion project. Yeah. So to see that people are actually interested and care about your little passion project is like nuts.
Yeah. It's nuts. Yeah, and I think the first, when that really hit was when we did the Funko PopCon, and we had
people
come up to us, like Steve. Shout out to Steve. I know. I think he's sort of like one of those background viewers, especially since we don't post about too much Funko stuff anymore. When we would, Steve would comment a little bit, but I feel like he watches still, or I don't know.
Or Thug Night.
Let us know if you do. Steve, Thug Night, yeah, met him there. So that was sort of mind blowing. We were just walking around and they were coming up to us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Seriously, it's not Thanksgiving, it's Christmas time coming up soon, but it's still a time to be thankful, and 100% we are. So now let's just drop some names here. Obviously, I think the first name that we should mention here is Laren.
Yes.
Laren is sort of like the ride or die, I feel like. There's a couple of those, but I feel like Laren is, especially because he's not a content creator.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like another ride or die would be Tony. you know, Meatloaf Tony. But like he's a content creator, so it's a different kind of vibe. Whereas Laren is just
along for the ride.
He's just along for the ride, and he pops into live streams and stuff like that, like on camera. I mean, from time to time, and I love it, and I love having him on anytime we can.
No, I was just thinking, like, I don't remember exactly what video it was, but there was a time where it was just Laren in the comments, and Tony sprinkled in, Meatloaf Tony. And it really honed in that there was a time when we really didn't have anybody. We were just talking into, like, an audience of the abyss.
Yeah.
Like, our first live stream, like, our first Fans Something live ever was nobody in the chat.
I think it was just Kat, right?
Yeah, like, my cousin.
You and Kat talking.
Yeah. And I remember, like, when it was just, you know, Laren giving us stuff to work with in the chat. And I remember that was also a moment that was like, somebody's watching. Like, somebody's actually, like, stopping by to see us, to hear us.
Yeah, and I think Laren came on board. Laren, you can let me know if I'm right or wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure Laren found out about me through Dave.
Right.
Because I think Dave promoted one of the episodes of my podcast that Dave was on, and I think Laren might have listened to it and then was like, "Who's this Ed guy?" Followed the channel, and then boom, then the rest is history. So, and Laren's the first person that's ever sent us like just like a package in the mail.
Friend mail.
You know what I mean? We've had Johnny White Jr., the Funko Pop Con creator. He sent us Funko Pops in the mail.
Shout out to that guy too.
Shout out to Johnny. But Laren was was it Laren? Was Laren the first?
Yeah.
Was he the first?
Yeah.
Or was he the second?
No, he was the first.
Was Johnny the first? Whoever the heck was the...
They were like at the same
time. Who the heck cares? Yeah, they probably sent them at the same time. I don't know. Anyways, Laren sent us like a crap ton of movies recently, like in the last few months, and sent us a beautiful note and stickers that I still have on my laptop, and it was great. So Laren, shout you out, man. You're one of our great moderators and friends of the channel, and yeah, love you, man. So Meatloaf Tony. I have to talk about Meatloaf Tony for a second. We met up with him in Orlando for Halloween Horror Nights.
First time seeing that guy in person, not on a screen.
Yep. And that's where the whole Meatloaf thing came around in Orlando.
Legendary.
So, Tony is another great supporter. He's pretty much in every live stream, even if there's a Patriots game going on.
Yeah. I mean, we might be second best when it comes to the Patriots, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
And he's sort of like, perfect example with the Bad Santa watch along recently. He wasn't scheduled to be on there. I reached out to him last minute because we had a cancellation of a guest, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to fill in?" And boom, he was there. So, he's a man of few words. He keeps to himself, which is totally fine. But when he does talk, I appreciate what comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, that's very similar with Tony's, I believe.
Tony, Basement Blues. Yep, yeah. So love you, Tony. Obviously Durant Cinema. He's been the person I've known longest from YouTube. Met because of YouTube, 2015. So there's really not a whole lot I can say about Dave that I haven't already.
Right.
And, he's been on literally everything that I've ever done in terms of a creative project. So he's sort of like the staple, right?
Yeah, and sorry.
No, love you, Dave Areno.
Dave Areno, and I was gonna say, like, even like going as back as the older viewer. I don't want to say older because I mean we haven't even reached like a year yet by the time we're filming. But like to the newer people that have come along, like in the more recent months, like Gavin. Yep. A man of few words. Now that it's not his time to shine.
Yep.
But if we are his dream YouTube couple, that makes me feel special.
Yeah.
Also Lepke, Cody.
Yep.
Who's also a more recent ride or die. Roundhouse kicking that like button.
Yep.
And every single live stream we do.
Yeah. Yep. some females that we've met along the way. We've only mentioned dudes so far. Mika is someone that's become a great friend of the channel.
She's also there, like, pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Even if it's toward the end, she's always there.
Nadia over at Horror and More, who plug will be coming on the channel very shortly in I think a week or so as of the recording of the video for Fans of Something Live episode 12. She's a great person who's sort of in line with us in terms of trajectory when it comes to like the growth of channels, because we're very similar. She just passed 1K and then we followed shortly after, so she's sort of like right in line there. Celise over at Sweet and Spooky.
Yeah.
Again, she is very much horror related. So we were lucky enough to get her on for Terrifier, the watch along of Terrifier, and then we've tried to get her on for subsequent things, but for one reason or another, it's been unable to happen. So I feel like sort of like Gavin, it's that special time of the year when you can really get Celise on. But I'm gonna try my damnedest to get her back for something before October next year.
But I mean, just overall, like the YouTube community, like how we've been so lucky and fortunate to have all these wonderful creators on our channel, and that we've met like Gavin and Lepke through Celise. So it's just it's awesome.
It's just everything, It's
awesome.
Eddie's films and stuff. Eddie's become a good friend. KB loves movies.
Bob's Blu-rays. Like I said, Basement Tony.
Yeah, Basement Blues Tony. Tony is one of those ones, and I feel like that's sort of universal when it comes to Tony. It's you don't ever hear anything bad about him, and rightfully so. Tim Talks Talkies, if I can talk right. Tim Talks Talkies is another one. Yeah.
Huck. Pop Culture Cafe.
Huck's Pop Culture Cafe. Got to shout him out. Trying to think. And I know we're missing and even just casual viewers. Holland Oates, Adrian James.
Always there.
They're just those staple people. Jared Runner with his weapons, sharpening his weapons.
Chris, Mystery
Inc.
Entertainment.
Mystery Inc. Mystery Entertainment. Luke Ponto, like all these people, and if we are forgetting your name, we're not forgetting you. It's just when the camera's on and
you're being put on the spot.
You have the lights on and you're watching your battery die and all that stuff.
Stop watching the battery die.
You start freaking out. So I'm sure we're missing people, but yeah, it's sort of Mizzy. Can't forget Mizzy.
How could you forget Mizzy?
Andrew over at Commander Nerd. Haven't collaborated too much with him, but he's reached out frequently and
Mama Blu-ray.
Bonnie. Yeah, Bonnie's in there a lot.
Bonnie, if you're watching this, love.
Yeah, it's just nice to have that, support that team, of people that are there for you, and you can be there for them in turn. It's really nice. So we could go on and on and on, and this video is gonna pass I think 16 minutes. So we're gonna round it out here. We're gonna roundhouse kick this video
out of the park.
Just want to say thank you for the support. Hopefully you've been enjoying the content. There's going to be a lot in 2023. And
2023.
Yeah, 2023. So I think we'll end it on... Oh, darn, you had an eyelash on your eye. I was going to take it off and have you wish for something.
Aww.
But...
I felt it... Hold on, I'll pull out one.
What? No, don't do that. So we're just going to say thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being fans of something along with us, because we're fans of a lot of things.
We are fans of a lot of things.
So yeah, until we talk to you in the next live stream, video, whatever the heck we do. We're not going to end this video the way we typically end our videos. Why not? Because we just said thanks for being fans of something. We're going to say thank you.
Thank you.